Our final talk is going to be given by Vincenzo, who's the Morello software architect at ARM, and his background in Linux. He's been doing a huge amount of kernel development for Morello. Over to you. Thank you.
Gosh, last time I was on this side, it was during my master's degree dissertation, probably 15 years ago. Good evening, everyone. So we assisted today to a lot of nice presentations, and it shows clearly that the Morello ecosystem is evolving. And I'm here today to present to you where we are with the Morello Linux, to give you a technical update. As I've already been presented, I am Vincenzo Frascino, and I am here today to provide to you this technical update that consists of several points. Mainly a recap of what we've been doing, and then successively some interesting pointers to what it can be done in future together with the community. A little note before I start. I have 799 slides to present in roughly 8 minutes. So bear with me, please. Sit down, relax, enjoy your flight. All right. So let's start. So first of all, I would like to recap what is our motto, what is the guideline that guided us in designing and implementing our root file system, our SDK, everything that is part of the Morello Linux. I'll give you a brief recap even of what it consists on. Then a little surprise that we announced yesterday. And at the end, some pointers to what can be done next to evolve the status quo, to evolve what we have achieved. But let's begin. We don't have time. So our motto since the beginning was let Linux developers focus on their own use case. This means two things. First of all, let developers focus on their own application, not on setting up the environment or anything else. And you will see in the coming slides how simple it is to set up a development environment and build an application on Linux and run it against our Morello board. And then let researchers focus on their research, nothing else. How did we achieve that? We achieved that building something that we call Morello Linux. Morello Linux is a root file system image based on Debian. We like Debian because it's stable, or at least this is what we've been sold. There are bugs even there. There are bugs everywhere. That's why we need Morello, guys. So, or Cherry. So basically, it consists on two environments. One is PureCap. The other one is 64-bit. Our kernel supports both at the same time. We have a PureCap ABI layer that is based on our design done in conjunction with the Cambridge University of a Cherry PureCap ABI, and a compat mode. The compat mode is 64-bit. This allows you to have the old and the new at the same time, and simplifies your development and your possibility of deploying applications. To simplify life further, we went the extra mile to support Docker. So basically, you can develop application on your Morello board, spawn a PureCap Docker environment, and run the application inside. How did we achieve that? We achieved that splitting the problem. I am Italian, I have a Latin background. Most of you probably are familiar with the motto divide et impera, which means divide and conquer. So we did the same thing here. So we defined a root file system, that is what you install on the board to have a fully working desktop environment with which you are familiar with if you're familiar with Debian or BSD. And an SDK. The SDK it's a Docker image, can be installed on any machine that is x86 or ARM compatible, and you can build Morello applications. The guarantee is that any application that you build against the SDK runs seamlessly on the board, all right? So that's very important for us, and that's the compliancy with our motto. If you want to try it yourself, we have some simple guides, a lot of imagination in defining where they are. sdk.morelloproject.org is our SDK set of guides, and linux.morelloproject.org is our set of guides that are related to the Linux rootfs image. When I say in less than 10 minutes, it's really in less than 10 minutes. So in less than 10 minutes, you can be operative and build your Linux application and run them. Now, I'm proud to announce that as of yesterday, we announced our 1.8 integration drop of this environment, of both of them. We released them at the same time because it's the way to guarantee what I just said. The new version includes an updated implementation of the ABI against the specification, allows the possibility to not have to wait anymore for months to have a new kernel installed against the image, because we decoupled the problem releasing in development images. And this why? Because we want to solve the problem of we introduce a change to the ABI, you have to wait 4 months to have it. With this strategy, basically, you can have it right away without installing a new image on your board. That's very important. We released a tool that we call Morello command line interface that is part of our delivery. This is to simplify the installation of Docker on your machine. It's 5 commands: new, update, install, connect, and you can be in your Docker environment already pre-configured and build Morello applications. And last but not least, we updated our versions of Muscle and LLVM to be up to date with the latest images, and the LTP tests, because testing and continuous integration for us is a very important concept. What are the main changes? I'm not going through them all because we don't have time, but the main changes that we have as a new implemented features for the ABI, we have a preliminary version of the sandboxing of eBPF. It's based on compartmentalization. So it uses executive and restricted mode to basically guarantee that the JIT code is run in a sandbox. We have an initial implementation of KVM, the kernel virtual machine, that basically can run AR64 guests, but it's built and pure cap guests, but and it's built with capabilities in mind. And last but not least, we began the journey to port graphics to pure capability. We have an initial version of the DRM. You can't see anything on the screen yet, but we have an initial version of the DRM that has that is based on capabilities. So various fixes and other things, but these are present in every release. It's not important. So now that we saw what we just released yesterday, let's see what's next. First of all, I will never get bored to stress a concept. This is not something achievable by a simple entity. It's a complex problem. We need community around us. So when you see help wanted on my slides, it's because of that. So what is the problem we are trying to solve? Basically, security comes at a cost, but we want to leverage security where possible to reclaim performances that we would otherwise lose because of potential security risks, right? 2 examples of these are lightweight VMs and eBPF JIT engine. So what do I mean for this? So lightweight VMs. The idea is to run host and guest at the same execution level, leveraging executive and restricted mode. We know this is not possible with the current implementation of Morello. We need help to identify what's missing for the future. And I'm sure that with the help of the community, we'll get there. eBPF. eBPF, I already mentioned it by the fact that we released some preliminary patches. in the last few years, we had a lot of CVEs against the BPF for several reasons. And the main reason and the common denominator behind all of them is the fact that having something like eBPF in the kernel increases considerably the surface of attack of the kernel. So securing it is a good thing. I am skipping on the details. I added even a blog post on the slides. Who is interested in the topic, please go and read about it. Reach out on the mailing list that I will point out later. We are happy to discuss any point or any improvement to our design or any collaboration you want to have. So now, as I said, I will never get tired of stressing it enough that around us we need a community. So how do we interact with our community? We set up 4 mailing lists by topic. And we are discussing and developing all our patches in public. So basically, our work is visible on a daily basis by everyone. And we are always keen to get external comments or external collaborations or external patches or anything you want to contribute, really. We are there, happy to listen. This is all from me. I was joking on the 799 slides. I knew I was the last of the day, so I tried to be nice to everyone. If you have any questions for me, I am here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Do we have any questions?
Come on, BSD guys.
Well, it's been great that you guys have done so much on Linux. I mean, obviously, a huge amount's been done around Cherry BSD, and Linux is making progress. But yeah,
I was telling to
a
Robert,
lot more effort to get it up to the same level. Yeah.
As I was telling to Robert today, we learned a lot from their experiences. So yeah, it was a great collaboration, and it continues to be. Exactly. We appreciate it a lot, Robert. Thank you for that.
Anything else? Yes.
Yes.
Let's repeat the question if we can.
So he asked if there is a split in our implementation between Arch-specific code and non-Arch-specific code. No. So in our development, we follow all the best practices related to Linux kernel development. So you can definitely find those. And we had several batches of reviews to guarantee that this is the case. So mostly at the moment, we implemented the ABI things that are Arch independent, right? So, and the Arch specific things are the minor part for the enablement of the platform itself.
So, yes. So what's the Linux distribution of the database based on the Debian or
it's Debian based. It's Debian 11. Based the underlying rootfs, and on top of that we are adding the Morello specifics like compilers, like C library, like dynamic loader, everything you need to be able to run Morello applications.
Okay. So let's wrap up. It's been a long day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.